Hey everyone, welcome back to the Archangel 15. Today I wanted to share with you my Psychic Alchemy workout card game. This Psychic Alchemy aspect of it is an appurtenant of my workout card game that I have done a presentation on in the past. This whole method I actually showed once in my Theory of Everything presentation series. Rather than going through that just to find this little bit, I wanted to share this with you. I've talked about Psychic Alchemy in the past. I've talked about the Akashic Record, past, present, future events stored on the etheric plane, kind of a compendium of all that. Um, there's different methods I have for psychic alchemy. I can't emphasize enough how there really is it's almost just random. If you try too hard, it won't work. For some people, it works for some people, and for some people, it doesn't work. You either have it or you don't. Essentially, and I don't want to kind of leave people out there. I have a Merriam Websters Dictionary that I use. This is an old beat up one. My favorite way of doing alchemy is just randomly, I'm kind of doing this one handed, randomly flipping through pages high and low. Some people just take too long when they do it, or they read them first, or they don't do it naturally. After a while, if you have this, you should just do it naturally. And basically, there's 900 and some pages, 925 pages in this. So almost all the pages after 100, after 99, are going to be 3-number pages. And that's kind of how the card game builds. The card game itself, to use it for the alchemy, like I said, the appurtenant to the workout game, I didn't even know what that word meant. I actually just found it a couple minutes ago. The word came up, and you can look it up yourself. It's like an accessory to something else. But it's absolutely just amazing how this works. And if I had more time and I had a camera person, I could actually show you a lot better. But I had to go ahead and lay out a whole matrix. And it's basically what this does is it builds a matrix. But the game itself is fun. So what you do is you take a 52 card deck, 54 with the jokers, and you're going to leave the jokers in. I actually took one of mine out to dedicate to a deceased friend of mine. My friend Nicholas, a good hockey buddy for many years, committed suicide many years ago, and it's kind of like in memory of him. And there's definitely a spiritual element to this, I guess you could say. Another way that you could do this, like I said, besides flipping through randomly to words, like I said, when you do it, you should write them down because it's very easy to forget them after a while, after many months and years of doing this. But you could go say down the road. And I don't like to use anything electronic to get my numbers for these various codes. I like to use stuff that's not electronic. I feel like the electronic aspect breaks the matrix, and it's not a good, you may get false readings or something like this. Not to sound too crazy or out there. But say, okay, we're going to go down the highway on the way to work today or the way to the store, and every single blue car or red car or green car or white car, we're going to take the second number of the license plate or the third number. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's like I said, this is so random. It doesn't matter. And then we're going to take the first three and build 3 numbers. And then basically you would take those, say it's, 241, and you turn to page 241, and you would get, basically you would come to 241, and you'd find something on there, and it would, the word would either have past, present, or future meaning. It may stick right out to you. It may not come to you until you actually do the next word, and then oh man, okay, yes, this and this, and then you start building it. It's it comes to you as you go. And some of the words are open to interpretation. So one of the coolest things that I did this for is helping find stuff. My mom, my sister has a baby, constantly lose the remote control or other things, and I can basically almost always find the remote control just by using this. And it may not tell you right where it is, right? Sometimes it does. It'll just tell you straight bluntly where it is, and then one word. And then other times it'll trigger something. It'll the one word will it'll be right near something else that gives it to you. It almost sometimes it speaks to you in a metaphoric hyperbole of in a sense. But it's very, very creepy. It's just a shame to have these abilities that I have and to not be able to use them for good things. I've pretty much come to the conclusion that all the evil in the world is done by evil, greedy, rich elites, the Roman Catholic Church, the CIA, and a handful of other people. And it's basically futile to try to do this. But I mean, you could use it for trying to find missing people, or to solve a crime. It has really infinite possibilities. On a side note, the workout game really helps break up the monotony of your workout regimen. Like I'm not a member of a gym. When I was very young, I used to be really into like weightlifting, and I don't like weightlifting. I think it's like almost bad for you in a sense. I like to just get a nice workout. I try to maintain my physique with like my abs. Sometimes if I'm getting ready to go on vacation or get my beach body in effect, I'll do this game like twice a day. You really can't do it even twice a day. Like anything more than that, you would get stress fractures. It's a pretty long game after a while. You can play it with yourself, you can play it with somebody else, but when you incorporate the alchemy into it, it's a lot of fun. And like how stuff comes up is very creepy. So as I mentioned, you take a standard 52 card deck, 54 with the jokers, and you can either leave one in or basically leave both of them. Leave one in or take one out or leave both of them in. And basically the way I look at it is one is a wild card and one is a dead card. This is essentially Texas Hold'em. It's kind of a unique spin to the whole game, to be honest with you. Like it's my own little I guess, conceptualized game. A good friend of mine, Jesse, actually showed this to me years ago with just regular poker, I think it was, or something very similar to this, and I kind of evolved it. This was like 25 years ago, and like I said, it's essentially formed from this workout game. So you take, okay, so say we start here, and each one of these represents a different workout. For me, this one would be push-ups, this one would be sit-ups, this one is arm curls with a weight. I use just a regular like 20-pound weight. This one is triceps with a weight. This one I lay on my back and like basically move my legs in a circular fashion, or like almost like I'm skiing moguls. You get a really kick-ass ab workout. Then I lay on my side and do side leg raises. You could switch them up or you could keep them the same. You can kind of incorporate a full body workout. So there's obviously going to be a lot of like 10 cards that would come up, like with the suits and the like the 10. So like, this would be a 10, it could be a 1-0. So like, here, like, so like it really comes down to interpretation. And like, I can't tell you, like there may be a 2 card, like a 1 number code that comes up, maybe a 2 number code. Most of them are going to be 3 numbers. I can tell you that right now. Now you don't want to leave out the beginning and the end. But like here, like I usually just skip all the suit cards. So like this would be like 53. Now you can go backwards. Like you could say, okay, like when they skip it, say the 10s. Like after a while, it comes to you. But so like then, okay, so like the Joker, like I said, you could leave both of them in, and one's a wild card and one's a dead card, or you could just have both dead cards, both wild cards. But what I like to do is, okay, so since I took one out, it would throw off the whole game if you didn't do something with it. So immediately following my Joker, it's a dead card. I skip that card altogether. And, like I said, then you just go on. So that has this has a missing thing in it. And it's like almost like after a while, there's like a certain rhythm of like what comes up, or like what one wins. But like at the end, you have 9 times 6. So, and like you use these 9 cards. And whatever the best 5 card hand, just like Texas Hold'em, is the one that wowould win. So you could bet like many different times. You could bet like on each 6 of the hands. It almost turns it into like roulette, to be honest with you. And then like you have like 9 chances for betting if you really wanted to take it that far. I don't use it for betting. I just use it for my workout game. And like here, just for an example, this is kind of creepy. like this was like I shuffled these, I promise you, and everything. You got your 7 and 8, all spades here. I didn't look what 78 was or 87. So you could go both ways. So okay, so like there's certain ways I read it. And like I said, it takes many years of doing this in art. But like, okay, so like 7, the fact that was 7 there would say like almost 78, not 87. Like the next cards will almost lead you to tell you what it is. Like it really comes down to interpretation. And I know you could like, well, this could drive me crazy trying to figure this out. But like sometimes, like I said, that the one, like you won't know what the previous one was until you go to the next one, and then it's very self-explanatory. Like, oh my goodness, this is like crazy. It's like talking to me in a sentence or something. This here, 29. I went to a page and anthrax like jumped out to me. Like that's probably what's going on with everything. Probably like really anthrax poisoning or some type of biological weapons that are being used against everybody. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's open to interpretation. But you have 9 times 6, and that's how you get your 54 basically. And it's a fun little game. Breaks up your workout regimen. You can use it for psychic alchemy abilities. Maybe you have it, maybe you don't. Give it a try, ladies and gentlemen. As always, thanks for stopping in on the Archangel 15. Please feel free to leave feedback if you find any value in this. Take care.